world beset by unsolved problems in the quest for peace, anxious eyes, particularly Australia's, turned to the focal point of new tensions and the threat of war, Dutch West New Guinea. Indonesia's claim to this territory is a long-time bone of contention between the Republic and the Dutch. It is for the most part a primitive land of impenetrable swamp and jungle, 152,000 square miles of some of the most rugged terrain in the world. In remote districts, cannibalism and headhunting are still practiced. Here are customs and a way of life unchanged since the Stone Age. By contrast, one of the most valued prizes for modern man is New Guinea's oil. But to look back through the years for a moment. During World War II, this was the scene of some of the bloodiest fighting in history. It was here that the determined Allied counteroffensives led by General MacArthur forced the Japanese to take the road back to Tokyo and defeat. All that remained of Biak. Hollandia, capital of Dutch New Guinea, was finally retaken after a bitter struggle, and soon the territory was restored to peace. To the west, a chain of islands, formerly the Netherlands East Indies, in 1945 proclaimed itself the Republic of Indonesia. This geographically scattered country faced a tremendous task with the problem of unity an immediate one. The largest number of its people were illiterate. The standard of living in consequence was generally low. This is a cremation ritual. Incidentally, the majority of Indonesians are Muslims. To settle a personal dispute, there is the ancient custom of gibogi, a long stick and a shield between one's opponent and a painful beating. With a population approaching 100 million, the cultivation of land to produce food is and will continue to be the Republic's most pressing need. Rubber plantations and the mining of tin and other valuable minerals is aiding the economic setup by providing sufficient quantities for an important export market. It is perhaps a paradox that in World War II, many Dutch soldiers gave their lives in defense of the islands. However, there was the constant simmering of nationalism, which finally resulted in United Nations intervention. In 1949, Ahmed Sukarno became the first president of the now recognized republic. Until the first elections in 1955, there followed a period of confusion, particularly in the field of politics, where the number of parties vying for power rose to 28. The army, mostly equipped only with sticks, on several occasions rose in revolt. But the republic began to advance. From the ancient sticks and shields of gibogi, modern weapons are now fashioned by skilled hands. Most recent incident between the Dutch and Indonesia is a clash of naval units off the Dutch New Guinea coast, in which one of the Republic's torpedo boats was sunk and another damaged. An exchange which sharpens the threat of war and leads to United Nations actions to mediate for a peaceful solution. Lodged in a Dutch compound in Hollandia, the survivors of the sunken PT boat are kept under close guard whilst awaiting interrogation. Injured Indonesians are being cared for in hospital. When sighted by the Dutch, the torpedo boats were stated to be heading at full speed for the New Guinea coast. But both nations claimed that opposing ships had violated their territorial waters. Meanwhile, President Sukarno is reported as having designated the South Celebes as a jumping-off spot for West New Guinea. Throughout the Republic, intensive training of troops is underway. In many places, Russian-equipped armored units are joining the maneuvers. These recent pictures show that sticks are still a substitute for rifles. In the United Nations, delegates of both countries have been summoned in conference to avert open warfare. West New Guinea natives have called upon Holland for arms to defend themselves from any Indonesian invasion. A scene of conflict on Australia's doorstep.